There's a lot of aspects to that. First would be to be cultivating a healthy relationship with yourself. And that's a challenge. If you've never had any models, it's like, you don't know. You have a lot of thoughts, you don't even recognize they're problematic thoughts. So, there are a lot of ways that people put themselves down. They're so habituated to it, they don't even recognize it's a put down. There's a lot of ways people have stories of the way they evaluate themselves. They don't recognize the disparity. Like I had someone who was telling me about their problem, and somehow the issue of death came up. I mentioned something about it's good to remember that we're mortal and we're going to die. And this person said, well, I have no fear of death. And then they started telling me how traumatized they were because their house had partially burned down, and they have all this stuff in the basement that they've been hoarding, and they're just reluctant to move it out. They're afraid of change. They finally said they're afraid of change, and I said, change is death. And they literally screamed. They went, oh, you rascal. But then they immediately, I'm going to clean out that basement, because they realized I'm not afraid of death. Change is death, so I'm not going to be afraid of change. Just like that. So we do that in a lot of ways in terms of relating with other people. You might have some idea, you think, well, I don't have a problem with this, I have a problem with that, and they're totally unrelated, but actually they're the same problem. And if you applied the resourcefulness you had here, over here, problem go away. Resourcefulness, I'm not afraid of death, apply it to change, now you can change. It could be that quick.